It's Ash from Super Videos back for another video. This one's gonna be a video looking at a new teaser trailer that was released for this season of Fear the Walking Dead. I originally thought this trailer was for the second episode, but it doesn't look like that's the case because at the beginning of the trailer they usually say next on Fear the Walking Dead when it's for the next episode, but this time they said this season on Fear the Walking Dead. So that leads me to think that this trailer is for multiple episodes, all the way to maybe episode 4 or something like that. But obviously I could be wrong about that, but based on the content that's in this trailer, I doubt that this is just for one episode. But with that said, let's dive right into this. So the first shot we have is actually this very interesting shot of Virginia and none other than John Dory standing in front of a few people from one of Virginia's camps. Now, what's very interesting is that John is there. That is extremely interesting. Does that mean John is loyal to Virginia? That remains to be seen. But we do know that he has the key on his jacket, just like many of Virginia's henchmen. So that's an indication that either he is definitely one of Virginia's guys or that he's just pretending. And we also know that Victor Strand is also going to be carrying the exact same key. But in the voiceover, we have a speech by Virginia. She says we're all after the same thing. She's just trying to put up a front to make them think that they're all in it for the same thing. Then we have this shot of Victor Strand and Alicia. I'm assuming this is before Victor Strand actually becomes one of Virginia's top lieutenants, whatever you want to call it. But obviously at this point, he doesn't have the key on. He doesn't even look like he's a free man. It looks like his hands are cuffed. In the voiceover, Virginia says people need to feel safe and we're going to make sure they do. And then we have this shot of inside one of her camps. And then we have this shot of a stray dog. And then we have this shot of what appears to be someone held up against a fence and walkers eating its face. But in the background, I think that's John, but I could be wrong. And then we have this shot, which is pretty interesting, of the group in the masks, which we've talked about before. And then we have this shot of one of the masked men grabbing someone, we don't know who. And then in the voiceover, Virginia says an example would need to be made. That's interesting. Does that mean that these masked men are with Virginia and they're there to intimidate everyone and to make them fall in line or something along those lines? I don't know the answer to that, but it appears that that's where they're going with it. And then we have this shot of Wes. It looks like he's in pain. Maybe he's shot. And then we have this shot of Dwight and Althea together. We've talked about this before. In the voiceover, Morgan says, our friends are still inside Virginia's communities. We have this shot of someone, I don't think that's Morgan, but someone talking to Danny Salazar. And then this shot of June, grease all over her. This is obviously part of the oil field explosion, which we're going to see later on in this trailer. And then we have this shot of Morgan saying, we'll find everybody. Now, I don't know who he's talking to, but it looks like that's Virginia's truck in the background. So if my predictions that I posted a while back are true, this is actually Morgan talking to Dwight. I could be wrong about that, but if you don't know what video I'm talking about, I'm going to leave a link that's going to drop on the top right for you to go check that out. And then we have this shot of Alicia and Charlie together. And then we have this shot of Alicia looking through binoculars. And then we have this shot. Again, this connects to the discussion that I had in my other video, which I linked to a few seconds ago. So I think this shot is actually Dwight, Sherry, and Althea riding after whoever is in the SWAT truck. But in the voiceover, someone says, then go where? It sounds like it's a female, and it sounds like it's a response to what Morgan was saying. So going back to the other shot, I think it's Dwight and Althea and Sherry. So Morgan is talking to the three of them. I could obviously be wrong about that. But we have this shot of what appears to be some prisoners and someone who appears to be stuck under some sort of a fence or gate, and they're just trying to pull him out. We have this awesome shot of some walkers. This actually looks pretty awesome. This right here got me very excited about the next few episodes. Just this shot alone. But in the voiceover, we don't have much time. And then this shot of some walkers trying to get to Charlie. this very interesting shot of John shooting someone. Pretty interesting. Obviously, we do see the key that I mentioned, but who is he shooting? Not sure, but this is very interesting. I mean, this is another shot that I'm very interested to see what comes out of it. And then we have this shot of Victor Strand still appearing to be inside some sort of a prison with Alicia saying we have enough. This goes back to what was in the other dialogue, which is that we don't have much time. I think it was Alicia who said that. So I think that connects to that. And then we have this shot of Morgan without his beard. So he cut his beard, it seems, which is interesting. Killing a few walkers. We have this shot of June. This is obviously, again, part of the oil field explosion. The oil field explosion itself, a few shots of that. And then this final shot of Morgan looking at the key that he grabbed. This key actually belongs to the first victim of the bounty hunter that we saw in the first episode. If you paid attention, there was actually a key that dropped. The bounty hunter was actually supposed to deliver that key to the two guys that we saw at the beginning and at the end of the episode. So Morgan is seen here carrying that, which is interesting. But in the voiceover, he says, I tell you, it wasn't luck. So everything they've done, it wasn't luck. They've had to fight for it. So I think that's what he's saying here. But that's pretty much everything that was in this trailer. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to share and smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.